Okay, so in today's video, we're going to talk all about running your own race, okay? I want you to run your own race. I don't want you to focus on what anybody else has going on. It's so easy to get caught up with a competition type mindset. Like, if you think about it, from the time that we were little kids, people have been trying to teach you how to compete with other people. Okay, if you play sports, if you play in sports, they're always teaching you to compete against other people, and just in various aspects of life, you'll notice that kind of woven into our society is this idea of competing with other people. So therefore, what ends up happening is your mindset starts to focus on what other people got going on. Okay, but what I want to challenge you to do is I want to challenge you to rewire the way you think about it. Okay, I want you to have an abundant mindset. And so in this video, we're going to talk all about having an abundant mindset. We're going to talk about wiping the slate clean with this whole competition type mindset, because I feel that that is probably holding us back more than anything else. All right, let's talk about it. So welcome to another episode of Career Strategies. My name is Rodney Hughes, Mr. 100%. And on this channel, pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about career advancement. Okay, we're going to talk about a variety of topics that all focus on career advancement and sharing strategies with you that can actually help you to advance in your career. All right, so if you'd like to get more content like this, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the link below. All right, so again, we're talking all about running your own race. All right. So here's the thing. I remember back when I was in college, there was a guy who ended up joining our football team. I played college football at Bethune-Cookman University. And I remember there was a guy that joined our football team who is like, a really big friend of mine today. But I remember that, when I joined the football team in college, I had to walk on. Okay. So I ended up walking on. I didn't have a scholarship. I had to earn a scholarship. And so I had, like my freshman year, I put on this mentality of like getting after it, right? Like I really got zoned out on doing everything that I could to win. And so I worked my behind off that freshman year, and I was able to successfully end up being offered a scholarship. And I thought going into that next year that, I was going to have an opportunity to get a lot of playing time because, I was out there doing my thing, right? And so this new guy ended up coming to our school, and he ended up pretty much at the beginning of that year, for most of that year actually, probably like the first half of the year, he was prioritized above me. And I'll be honest with you, hindsight is 2020. He deserved to be in front of me because I wasn't disciplined the way that I needed to be at that time. I didn't realize it in the moment, but I needed to be more disciplined, as far as learning the strategy of football. See, I was just always approaching things from like a balls to the wall, go at it super hard type mentality. And it wasn't really getting me the results that I was looking for, right? Because I wanted to get some playing time, but because I didn't really know and understand the football strategy, the coach never felt comfortable putting me in the game. And so I'll never forget, like midway through that season, I've never really been a hater. I've never been the type of person who looks at somebody and starts to hate, but I was frustrated at this particular point because I'm like, dude, I'm working my ass off every day, and I'm just not getting the results that I want. Okay. And so what ended up happening, I ended up having a conversation with another good friend of mine at that time, which was about midway through the season. And I was just frustrated, man, because I'm like, man, I've been working my behind off and I'm just like not getting anywhere. And then I was like, man, this new guy came in and I thought that I had it done and yada, yada, yada. And then my friend ended up, listening to me. And then he said something that really shifted everything for me. He said, you want me to tell you what your problem is? I said, sure. Tell me, what do you think my problem is? Okay. And he said, you're so focused on what he has going on that eventually your opportunity is going to come, but you're not going to be prepared for the opportunity because you've wasted all your time worrying about why this is unfair and why you should be getting playing time instead of focusing on getting better. That shifted everything because the logic was so sound, I couldn't argue with them. You understand? And I was like, wow. So from that point forward, what I started to do was I started to put my head down. I said, I'm no longer competing with anybody else out here on this field. And so what I ended up doing was every time I had like a thought that was either negative or weak in nature, I would consciously, realize that I was having that thought. I would stop immediately what I was doing and just say a quick prayer. God, please forgive me for having this type of mindset. Please bless me to focus on what it is I need to be focused on. Okay? And I would do it every single time. And I started paying close attention to my mindset. And then as I started to do that, and as I started to focus more on learning what I needed to learn, I started getting better. And then eventually the day came where my opportunity presented itself. And had I not done what my friend had told me to, and had I continued to have this competition type mindset, because it didn't really spawn from a hatred perspective, because I didn't really hate the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good friends with him to this day, right? But what it was I had such a competition mindset that I was like, well, why is this guy better than me? Instead of focusing on just running my own race. Okay? And so that's why I want to talk about this with you, and why I wanted to speak on this subject, because I want you to understand, if you continue to focus on what other people got going on, you're taking time away from focusing on what you got going on. Okay? Like, you don't need to compete with anybody. Okay? Take that, like, even if you're in a competitive situation, you can still not compete with other people, right? Like, what you got to do is you got to focus on your path. You got to focus on running your race. You got to focus on making sure that you're doing what you need to do in order to succeed. You know, this actual term that I'm using as far as running your own race, I get it from my cousin Otis. He told me, he was like, man, he's an avid runner, and he's like, he's pretty up in age, but he will outrun most of the young people that I know. Okay, like, he'll jump out on a track and he'll run miles, right? And I'm like, dude, how do you do that, right? And I remember him telling me one time that, when he goes out there to races, when he runs like 5Ks and stuff, a lot of times he'll be out there competing with younger guys, right? And he say at the beginning of the race, these young guys will just take off, right? See, they haven't learned wisdom. They haven't learned the power of pacing yourself. They haven't learned the value of running your own race. Okay. And so a lot of these guys end up taking off real strong at the beginning because they're actually competing with each other. Right. And my cousin just goes and he does his thing, and he takes a nice little pace at the beginning. And then what ends up happening inevitably in every single race is a lot of those people who shot out there at the very beginning, right? Because they were competing with each other. It's like the tortoise and the hare story. My cousin just runs them down, goes past them, and they're back there trying to catch breath, and he's taking off and he's beating them at the finish line. Okay? But again, the thing is my cousin's running his own race, and he was trying to help me understand I don't need to be out here competing with other people. First off, that's a mindset of scarcity. Okay? When you're out here competing, total mindset of scarcity. Okay? A better approach would be for you to have a mindset of abundance. Have a mindset that you don't have to compete with anybody. Run your own race. Do your best in your own race and continue. If you're going to compete against somebody, compete against yourself. Don't compete against anyone else. It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of focus, right? Because here's the thing, you can always multitask, but you can never multi-focus, right? So if you have a mindset of competition and you're competing with other people, you are focused on other people as opposed to being focused on yourself. And that's based on a true story. Listen, I want to give you something for free. I hope you got great value out of that video. I want to give you free access to this platform, Interview Prep University. It is a free virtual training platform that's designed to teach you how to exponentially improve your job interview skills. It's 100% free. All you got to do is go to www.interviewprepuniversity.com, or you could click the link in the description area below. All right. Listen, if you like this video, please like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.